Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the home of British racing, the PF International Circuit and round 2 of the 2018 FIA European Karting Championships. You have seen the 34 karts that make up the OK grid, and very shortly it will be time to meet the drivers. So welcome to the spectators here at PF International and to those watching the CIK FIA live stream from wherever you are in the world. Is the best kart racing there is. 70 drivers attempt to qualify for this race, and we are down to the final 34. So in a few moments we will be welcoming the drivers out onto the circuit, and we will need a huge round of applause and some assistance from the crowd in welcoming them. They are from all over the world. This is not simply a European championship, it is a truly global event. Now the drivers will be presented with their ceremonial medals for qualifying, and we're very pleased to welcome the Chief Executive of the MSA, Rob Jones, and the Chairman of the South Kesteven District Council, Bob Sampson, to present the drivers. And so here we go. Please welcome out onto the starting grid. Starting in position number 34, driving kart 228, representing Wales for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, it is Rees. Matthew Rees driving kart number 228 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, representing Wales. Starting from position 33, representing Germany, driving the number 237 kart for Forza Racing, it's Josh Dufresne. Starting from position number 32, representing France, driving number 221 for Energy Course, it's Cabot. Starting from position number 31, representing Italy for Parolin Racing, it is Alessandro Senadesi. And starting from position number 30, representing Sweden, driving the number 205 kart for Ward Racing, it's Dino Boganovic. Representing Spain, starting from P29, driving the number 217 kart for DPK Racing, it's Jose Antonio Gomez. And starting from P28, representing the KR team, it is Taylor Barnard. For P27, representing Team Oaks in kart 2, it is Georgi Dimitrov. And starting from 26, it is driver number 262 from the United States, representing Cosmic, Jack Crawford. Starting from P25, driving kart 244 for the Birrell ART team, it is Lorenzo Resico from Italy. Starting from P24, driving kart number 211 for the Lennox Racing team, representing the UK, Luca Gray. Starting from P23, driving the number 253 kart for Racing, representing Russia, Vlad Lomko. Starting from position number 22, driving number 46, representing Spain, it is Tony Kart, Jose Maria Starting from P20, representing the United Arab Emirates, driving kart number 214 for course, it is Jamie Day. And starting from position number 19, Colombia, it is driver 218, Sebastian Montoya. Starting from position number 18, driving from representing Ireland, it's driver 240, Alex Dunn. And starting from position 17, driving for 3G Racing, number 296 from Germany, Nico Tka. Starting from position number 16, driving number 224 kart for KR Motorsport from France, Marcos Armand. And starting from 15th position, representing Spain, driving number 260, Daniel Fritz Lull. Starting from position number 14, from Formula K, it is driver number 212, Francis Sami Megatudi. And starting from position number 13, driving kart 20, Ricky Flynn Motorsport, from Estonia, Paul Allen. Starting from position number 12, driving kart 203 for Sport, representing the UK, Zach O'Sullivan. And starting from the 6th row, representing the United Kingdom, driving kart 293 for Formula K, it's Alex Lloyd. Moving on to the 11, and starting from position number 11, representing the United Kingdom, driving kart 233 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, it is Kai Askey. And now we move into the top 10, the best 10 qualifiers from the heat races. Starting from position 10, representing France for the VDK Racing Team, it is driver 209, Evan Mallet. And from position 9, representing France for Forza Racing, number 256, Isaac Hadjar. Starting from position number 8, representing Brazil in kart 236 for the Cosmic Racing Department, it is Rafael Chavez Camara. And starting from position number 7, driving kart number 239, representing Singapore, Forza Racing's Alexandros Katoulas. Starting from position number 6, representing the Netherlands, driving kart 277 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, Thomas ten Brinker. And starting from position number 5, representing Italy for the Parolin Racing Team in kart number 235, it is Gabriele Mini. 4 drivers to go, and starting from position number 4, representing France in kart 210 for the VDK Racing Team, it is Victor Bernier. And starting from 3rd position, representing Ward Racing from Russia, driver 220, Kirill Smau. And on to the front row of the grid, starting on the outside of row number 1, representing Brazil and the CRG Racing Team, driver 02, Gabriel Bortoletto. And your pole position holder for the Junior OK final, representing the Netherlands, driving kart 234 for Forza Racing, it is Delano, Vantoff. They are your 34 starting drivers for the junior final, ladies and gentlemen. The race will begin very shortly.
Thank you very much, Henry, for the presentation of all the drivers that are going to be taking part in the first final of this afternoon. Two big races, the first one being for the junior category, of course. The youngsters out of two categories. The seniors going to come up a bit later this afternoon at
maybe
2:45 local time in the UK. And we're going to hand over to Chris on the starting grid right now.
Ireland, you enjoying racing around here in the FIA Championship?
Racing, great atmosphere. Yeah, this is the closest we can get to a home race. So I think we were a bit unlucky with some races, but we had the pace all weekend and we should be quick to come through.
And start of the pack essentially. It's going to be a little bit congested at the start. Once
it should be good. We've been fast all weekend. I think it'll be a bit of a good race at the start, and then it should spread out over the whole race and get better and better.
You think the performance this weekend has given you the confidence now, next two rounds, to get more good results on the board?
Yeah, Forza have done a great job all weekend, and thanks to Jamie. And yeah, it's been good all weekend, and we definitely have the pace to make it through.
Thanks for speaking to us. We'll keep walking down and see who we can speak to next. We'll have a look. Here's Aaron. Paul, would you fancy a chat? No? Well, I'm anyway, basically. Oh God. Okay, I've got to try and kneel down. You know, I guess coming in as a championship leader, not the ideal situation. However, long final ahead of you. You still confident?
Yeah. Actually, the weekend was quite good. The qualifying didn't go as we planned, but some positions. Final is a long race, so have time to come to the top and definitely pick up a lot of points, maybe.
I guess that shows, you know, how competitive this championship and how important qualifying is, right?
It definitely does.
Good stuff, good stuff. You know, racing, of course, with the Ricky Fling team. You guys, great job so far this season. Confident behind you.
Some very. I had speed, the heat, so they have speed now. Just try to look forward as I can.
One to watch, basically. There we go. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Best of luck to Paul Aaron. We'll keep working our way down the field. Maybe we'll speak to Sammy Megatunif, perhaps. Can we have a little word? Yeah, come over. So, are you happy? You know, a few karts ahead, a few rows ahead, but you know, you're not all the way down the back of the field. You're still right in contention. You think you can potentially get a top 5 finish from here?
Yeah, I hope to, but I had a spoiler penalty yesterday, so it penalized me a little bit, but I hope for top 5 and I stay focused.
Tell us what the racing's been like around here so far this weekend in the juniors.
Excuse me?
What's the racing been like? How tough has it been to make positions around here, or is it a track you think you can make a lot of positions at?
Yeah, I think, but it's very close with the other driver. We had everybody have the new tires, but I hope for a good race here.
Good stuff. Thanks for speaking to us. We'll keep working our way down. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but we'll keep working our way through. Maybe we might be able to speak to Isaac Hajan. Can we have a little chat? No? Oh, no? Oh, there we go. Maybe not. We'll keep walking. Who have we got? Who have we got next? We'll keep walking down the field. We're getting well into the top 10 now. Maybe we will speak to Gabriele Mini if he's up for a chat. Gabriele, can we have a quick chat with you? Where are we? 3rd row. So pretty good. More points on the board in the championship, of course. Plan from here, I guess. Go for the win.
Yes, I will try to win, but I already know that that's not an easy race.
And you know, PFI, what have you thought of the racing round here? It's been pretty tough, hasn't it, round here this weekend?
Yeah, PFI is not an easy track, so you don't have to do any mistake to win.
And I mean, that's why, you know, 4 rounds. So are you trying to make it, okay, maybe damage limitation here, then 2 more rounds to go? I guess getting points on the board is the crucial thing to win in this championship, isn't it?
Yeah, normally that's not the World Championship when where you have only to win, so I will not do damage here.
So no major risks needed in this one. Just get good points on the board. You don't have to take any major risks, really, do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks for speaking to us. That's Gabriele Mini. We'll keep walking forward, and we are now on to row number 2. We'll speak to Kirill Small if he's up for that. Kirill, brilliant qualifying, really. Brilliant set of heats for you. 2nd row. You must be happy.
Yeah, I'm happy for this position. We drive all the time first. We start all the time the first, but have some problem into heats. So I start 3rd, and it's good position for the final. We try to do the best.
You mentioned a couple of problems there. You tell us a little bit more about that?
No.
Fair enough. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. But you're on the 2nd row, as we said. Turn 1, I guess. Plan get straight into 2nd and go from there.
I try to do my best. That's all.
Best of luck. Thank you very much. I think that was pretty straightforward, to be honest, the response there. Now, thanks, Ray. That's perfect. We've come in at just the right time. Delana Van Hoff, I'm going to have to go down again. Well, it couldn't get much better. We spoke to you once already, but I guess we'll speak to you again. Come round, Oleg, because I actually want to show you the view as well, what it's like going down towards turn number 1 there. How does it feel to be sat here now? You've actually come out, sat on the track on pole position.
I mean, it's pretty nerve-wracking, of course, but I think I'm still ready for it.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, we did mention, you know, about a plan for the race. Of course, you wouldn't want to share that one with us, but you know, any final words for us on the live stream ahead of the race? Anyone you want to thank so far for the efforts this weekend?
Well, I definitely want to thank the team, Forza, for bringing me this far. My dad, of course. Yeah.
Good luck. Thanks.
Mechanic, Alex Gill.
Yep, and there he is behind, of course, raced at this level himself. We'll grab one final word, I think, with Gabriel Bortoletto, and then we'll call it a day. I'm going to come around here. Gabriel, good result for you so far this weekend. I think, how crucial is it to score points in the heats? You have to get inside that top 10, don't you? Do you think this is the kind of thing that wins you championships, qualifying in the top 10?
Yeah, it's good for the championship because I have 9 points now because I start 2nd, and only thanks my coach Francesco Di Mauro and TRG and God and my family.
Is that something on your mind, you know, as you're going through the weekend, through the 5 different heats? Are you always thinking about grid position and championship points?
Yeah, it's good.
And what about the race? It's a long race. I guess that will change tactics going into it.
Yeah, I have a difficult race now because only 17 laps, and there's times I start 2nd, and good luck for all.
Thanks very much, Gabriel, and we'll end with just showing you the rundown towards turn 1. That is it down there, and that is it for the grid walk. Thank you very much for watching. We're now going to go up to Guillaume in the commentary box to build up to the OK Junior final.
Thank you very much, Chris McCarthy, live on Facebook and on the live stream as well, live on the starting grid. Thank you very much for chatting, of course, to all the drivers. There was content brought to you by FIA Karting. We're live here for the first final of 2 this afternoon, 2nd round of the FIA Karting European Championship, opposing 2 categories, the OK and the Junior categories. The first one here on the track being the Junior. 3 minutes to go as the signal is given to the drivers waiting patiently on the track. The grid is now completed with all the drivers, almost all the drivers sitting in the kart. Let's have a quick round once again of the starting grid, shall we, before getting into the action. We're gonna have on the right side of the starting grid and on the left side on the picture, for those of you out there following us live on the live stream brought to you by FIA Karting all over the world, wherever you are, thank you for joining in, and thank you even more to all the fans that actually are joining us here on location on this beautiful PF International racetrack under the sun. Fantastic weather so far this weekend. All the conditions are actually together to have a fantastic show on track, as we've had all the weekend so far. So Dylan Ovantov is going to be starting on pole position with 3 wins during the qualifying heat. Impressive results so far for Dylan Ovantov. He's going to have Gabriel Bortoleto, the Brazilian driver, alongside him. Second row, Kirill Small and Victor Bernier, the Frenchman. 2 wins in the heat, 3 for Kirill Small. A fantastic and very impressive top 4 over there on the grid. Then Gabriele Mini starting on the right side of the track in 5th position with Thomas Tenbrigg just alongside him. 4th row will be shared between Alexandros Katoulas and Raffaele Camara. 5th row, Isaac Ajar and Hevan Male. Another Frenchman in the top 10. It makes 2 of them so far with Victor Bernier, of course. 5th row, Isaac Ajar and Van Male, I just said that. 6th row, moving along with Kayaski and Alex Lloyd. 7th row will be shared between Sami Mikatunev and Paul Harron. 8th row, we'll see Marcus Hammond alongside Daniel Brislul. 9th row, Alex Dunn and Nico Ankte. 10th row, Jamie Day and Sebastian Montoya. 11th row, Maria Soprepera and Zach O'Sullivan. Luca Griggs and Vlad Lomko will be alongside each other on 12th row. Row number 13, Lorenzo D'Alosio and Jack Crawford. Row number 14, Taylor Barnard and Georgi Dimitrov. Row number 15, Jose Gutierrez and Dino Beganovic. Row 16, Alessandro Sedenesi and Loris Caberu. And then the 17th and last row, Josh Dufek and Matthew Rees. 34 drivers in total on this grid. That's of course the maximum that we can have on the grid for a final. These are the 34 fastest drivers out of the 5 qualifying heats as we've had so far. Yesterday, Saturday and this morning, we've seen absolutely fantastic racing going on here on the PF International racetrack, PF4. Paul Fletcher, of course, I will salute the builder and owner of this very track. And here we go for the formation lap. The first final of this afternoon is underway with Dylan Ovantov and Gabriele Bortoleto on the first row. This is going to be an impressive start. Let's make sure about that. We're going to go for 19 laps. We're going to have, I think, a few more for the senior final. There's going to be 22 laps indeed for the second race later this afternoon. 19 for this one as the field is on track, completing the formation lap. Dylan Ovantov, Gabriele Bortoleto, Kirill Small, Victor Bernier, Gabriele Mini. This is your top 5 with Thomas Tenbrigg just behind in 6th position. The top 5 with the fastest drivers and the most efficient drivers during the qualifying heats. And I see just Chris McCarthy just joined me back in the speaker box. Good job out there, Chris. Of course, Henry presenting all the drivers that you saw getting on the track in, I would say, a fantastic spectacle with a good smoke out there and a presentation all over to you. 2 formation lap indeed for this final race. So we have a beautiful clouds of smoke introducing the drivers on the track. Each of the drivers, as we did in Salbris and as well in Sarno, has a fantastic medal, a silver medal for each of the drivers taking part in this final of the European Championship. This is brand new, of course. It's up to the FIA, who made the decision to reward all the drivers taking part in the final race of the weekend. So it's a lovely way, I think, to thank them for being part of such a beautiful event and to reward them already for being so far in the weekend after the qualifying heats. We know how hard those heats have been for most of the drivers. We've got the 34 best out there on the track, ready to battle each other, as this is going to be a good racing out there. Thank you once again very, very much for joining us here on track and all over the world, wherever you are, to follow what's happening here in the PFI. Chris, a quick word as we're going to go for racing already. The starting grid, a few chats. It was interesting as the green flag is for very, very soon in a few seconds.
Yep, Dylan Ovantov on the front row Gabriel Bortoletto alongside him. Two drivers very, very focused going into this one, and so they should be. It's round 2 of the FIA Karting European Championship. Are we going to get away for 19 laps of racing? Yes, we do. Delano Van Hoff leading us in towards turn number 1. Kittle Small goes into second place. Bortoletto trying to get back into second as they went underneath the Litchfield Bridge, as well as defending that third place as they go over the bridge for the first time. Let's pick out who it is in fourth place then as we head down towards the first hairpin. Kittle Small second, and Kittle Small dives for the lead. Delano Van Hoff left the gap, and Kittle Small has taken advantage going into the lead. Fourth place, by the way, is Victor Bernier. Fifth place is Gabriele Mini. Sixth place then is the 277 of Thomas Ten Brinke. Then in seventh place, a huge incident over at the bridge. How many drivers have we gone off there? We've got Zach O'Sullivan gone, Marcus Armand, Daniel Prix, Alex Dunn, Lorenzo Dall'Uizio, looks like he's gone as well. Jose Antonio Gutierrez is also off. So a lot of drivers taken prisoner there in the opening lap, and unfortunately they've got a long watch now, Guillaume, with the rest of the final. Still 18 laps remaining.
Yeah, it makes 6 drivers involved with this big crash after the right-hander on the bridge over there. Change for third place indeed, with second place well spotted over there with Gabriel Bortoletto getting past the Delano Van Hoff. Things get worse for the Dutchman as he loses one more place to Gabriel Bortoletto. Now in second position. It might get even worse with in fourth. I think this is Victor Beignet coming very fast indeed over there. He's in third position, Victor Beignet, with Gabriel Bortoletto just behind. So Kirill Small, fantastic start, is in first position. Delano Van Hoff second. Then we have Victor Beignet in third. Gabriel Bortoletto fourth. Gabriele Mini is in the top 5. Thomas Van Ten Brinke is 6. Alexandros Katoulas in 7th position. 8th position for Rafael Camara, Evan Mallet, and Isaac Arja closing up the top 10 as the field comes across the line once again. Should we see some move coming up very soon in the hairpin as the top 2, Kirill Small against Bortoletto, are very close to each other indeed in this first laps of the final race for the junior category, with a big hit in the first lap. No move yet, Chris, as you keep an eye, of course, on what's happening.
There has been one change there for 6th place. Alexandros Katoulas has gone into 6th. Now, Delano Van Hoff, unfortunately, not the start he would have been hoping for there, dropping to 4th place, but there still is a long race ahead. Delano Van Hoff, unfortunately, dropping to 4th place. But still a lot of time to try and recover this throughout the race as they make their way out of the last corner and down the start-finish straight. Here we go then to complete lap number 3. Kittle Small leading the way, but fastest lap goes to Victor Bernier in third. Watch him under the bridge. He's going to try for a move. Wasn't quite able to get past Bortoletto, but he's becoming very impatient, the Frenchman there in third place. Expect to move potentially down at hairpin number 1. Here we go, down to the first hairpin. Will Victor Bernier launch to the inside? Yes, he does. Victor Bernier now into second place then. Bortoletto dropping to third, and here comes the pole sitter Van Hoff now coming back into the mix in 4th place.
Yeah, good diving out there from Victor Beignet, the Frenchman, now in second position, trying to chase now Kirill Small comfortably in the lead ever since we started this final race, with 3/10 of a second behind. So we shall see about the gap as they're about to come across the line, the start-finish line once again. Good battle behind. Gabriel Bortoletto is under the pressure of Delano Van Hoff in 4th position. Delano Van Hoff, who has still some ground to recover after starting on pole position. They come across the line just behind, just before our speaker box. Shall we see some change coming up for 4th, I think. Delano Van Hoff on Gabriel Bortoletto. It just happened in the hairpin over there. Is the move made or not?
It is made. Delano Van Hoff is into third. Paul Aron, by the way, who was the championship leader, tumbling down the order. He's gone down to 20th place now, the Estonian. It looked as if Kai Aski had dropped down quite a few positions as well, as the lead pack making its way out of the second hairpin. It's 2 now for the lead. Kittle Small versus Victor Bernier out front, and then third place now Delano Van Hoff. Let's see what the gap is. By the way, Delano Van Hoff in third place has just set the fastest second sector of the race. So now he's been released from that pack. Delano Van Hoff is absolutely flying as he comes out the last corner. Let's get the gap for you as he comes across the line. It is 8.5 tenths then for Delano Van Hoff to close in as they go under the bridge. A change for 4. It looked as if Gabriele Mini has just made a move, and he has. So Gabriele Mini into 4th place then as they come off the bridge for the 6th time.
I think it's now or never for Gabriele Mini in 4th position. The Italian driver, 2 wins in the heats. He just got past for 4th for Gabriele Bortoleto as the top 2, Kirill Small and Victor Bernier, with just a change for the lead with Victor Bernier and Kirill Small side by side, with Victor Bernier making his way up into the 1st position just before the chicane. A beautiful move in the hairpin from the French driver, back in 1st position ahead of Kirill Small, the Russian. Fantastic duel going on right now between those two. Delano Van Hoff is still in 3rd position, but watch out for Gabriele Mini just behind. He just got past Gabriele Bortoleto before in the lap, so he's going to try to catch up the top 3. This is now or never for Italian driver, as the other 3 drivers in the top were trying to increase the gap. Something they've been able to do so far. 0.2 of a second between Victor Bernier in the lead and Kirill Small in 2nd position. And we have 3.10, so half of a second between the top 3. Gabriele Mini is still in 4th, under the pressure of Gabriele Bortoleto just behind in 5th. Then we have a small gap. Alexandro Catoulas, I think, is still in 6th position, under the pressure behind of Thomas Van Stenbrik, who was very close in the hairpin. I think Alex Lloyd just made his way up. Rafael Camara just behind. He just got past, I think, the wild card over there in 8th position. Just to get confirmation about this as they come across the line very soon. Victor Ben is still the leader in the 3rd sector. Here come the Frenchman coming across the start-finish line. Victor Bernier, let's have a look at the gap. 0.4 of a second already. It seems that Victor Bernier is able to increase the gap, but watch out for these 2 behind. Kirill Small and Delano Van Hoff, Chris, are very close to each other. They might want to work together actually to try to get Victor Bernier in the lead.
Disagree. Delano Van Hoff's going to go for 2nd place if he gets a chance. I'm telling you, started this race from pole position. He'll want to take that maximum score of points home, and I don't think he'll want to risk working with Kirill Small to do that. He'll want to do it on his own. Gabriele Mini in 4th place still. 5th place is Gabriele Bortoleto, as you said. 6th place is the number 277 there of Thomas Ten Brink. Then it's Alex Lloyd, who's making a good recovery after a difficult start to the race in 8th place. Then it's Rafael Camara. Evan Malay rounds out the top 10 at the moment. Georgi Dimitrov, one of the biggest movers, by the way. He's gained 16 places to run in 12th place in the 223. Taylor Barnard has gained 12 places to run 15th. Dino Begnovic has gained 10 to run in 20th place as we complete lap number 8 of 19. Over the bridge they go one more time. 3 carts still stranded there, unfortunately, and a change for 5th. Change for 5th place. Thomas Ten Brink goes past Gabriele Bortoleto, who's now being chased down. And watch Delano Van Hoff in 3rd place. Is there a move going to come? Thought he might have had the run on Kirill Small there. Delano Van Hoff is very close now as they go into the chicane. Not quite close enough yet, but the move is just corners away, Guillaume.
Yeah, as you said, Chris, Delano Van Hoff is going to go for the move. He needs to do that right now and getting past Kirill Small. Otherwise, Victor Bernier is going to be able to increase the gap and fly away from the reach. Kirill Small has, of course, the same part in mind as he's going to try to decrease the gap on the Frenchman. But Delano Van Hoff is just behind and faster, as it seems, than the Russian driver in the first 3 corners. Shall we see a move coming up in the hairpin? Not yet, as they make their way up to the hill, onto the bridge. Still, Delano Van Hoff still behind in 3rd position, down in the straight line. I think Kirill Small better look over his shoulder to see where the Dutchman is in.
Oh, Kirill Small a bit deep on the brakes there. Delano Van Hoff might have the run now into hairpin 2. Will he take advantage? He can't quite do it. That was a mistake there, Guillaume, wasn't it? Kirill Small is feeling the pressure here. Delano Van Hoff has the run into the chicane. Oh, almost lunged up the inside there of the Russian driver, and Delano Van Hoff, and now is going to stay in 3rd place. But these top 3, well, Delano Van Hoff either needs to make this move and make it fast, or, as Guillaume suggested, perhaps work with Kirill Small. I still think he'll go for it as soon as he gets a chance. Victor Bernier, though, no such problems for him out front. The Frenchman leading by half a second. The top 10 spreading out ever so slightly. We've got Mini in 4th, Ten Brink in 5th. As Guillaume's just pointed out, Alex Lloyd is now in 6th ahead of Bortoletto, who's dropping down the field after starting on the front row. Then it's Katulis, Kamara and Moray.
It's worth mentioning, Chris, we had information just after the heat that Victor Bernier actually put the set of tyre in the last heat and a change for 11th position with Georgi Dimitrov getting past Isaac Arjay. It just happened in the first lap and well spotted, Chris. Victor Bernier has already used tyre because he said a new set during the qualifying heat to be able actually to make his way into the final in good position. So now he's running very, very fast with Kirill Small just behind Dylan Novantov in 3rd.
Oh, big crash, Kittle Small's off. Kittle Small into the barriers. He's managed to somehow keep the engine going and get back going again. But what on earth happened there? Kittle Small has clattered into the barriers, and if you're on the banking, which several of you are, you'll see the number 220 of Kittle Small is no longer in 2nd place. He's now out of the top 10 in 12th place and almost out of the points. Well, somehow Delano Van Hoff managed to avoid that, but the gap for Victor Bernier now has risen to 1.4 seconds. Well, was that contact? Was it? Oh, and another driver off. Taylor Barnard's off. Barnard off out of hairpin 1, and he manages to keep the engine going and get going. Barnard also off. Now he was up, going up the order. He was up to 13th place, having gained 14 places. But unfortunately, then 2 incidents in 1 lap there, Guillaume, as Victor Bernier comes across the line with a lead of 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, quite a comfortable gap for Victor Bernier over there, 1.5 ahead of Dylan Novantov. We still have Gabriele Mini on his tail, now in 3rd position after what happened before to the one in 3rd. That was, of course, back in out of the top 10. That was unfortunately for him. What just happened, of course, the lap before. But now Gabriele Mini is in 3rd position after what happened to Kirill Small. I just found him back there in the ranking, 11th position for the Russian driver who just got pushed out of the race. Quite unfortunate for him. This is one of the first of the key moments of this final, with Kirill Small losing pretty much everything after such a brilliant performance so far in this weekend. Still, Gabriele Mini, lucky for him, in 3rd position with half of a second of a gap behind Dylan Novantov. Maybe he has a good shot, who knows, at 1 step further on the podium, Gabriele Mini, as we are more than halfway to the distance. Less than 7 laps to go in this final as the field comes across the line again. Let's have a look at the gap. Still 1.4 seconds ahead for Victor Bernier. It's going to be hard, isn't it, for Dylan Novantov just to try to decrease this gap, as he's going to have to contain as well Gabriele Mini in 3rd.
Well, he's come down fractionally. You say about Gabriele Mini, I think he's got problems of his own in the shape of Thomas Ten Brink in 4th place and Alex Lloyd in 5th place. The wildcard could be staring at a potential podium here. They're not too far behind that. We have Gabriel Bortoletto and Alexandros Katoulas. And then next along, of course, we have Rafael Kamara as they make their way now down through the Mike Wilson complex. The leader already going through there. On screen you can see the battle for 3rd place. Look how close it is on screen now as they go through the left-hander in towards the final 2 corners. There's the leader, but look at the battle for 3rd. Mini, when does he start going defensive? This is lap number 15 of 19. He's got to try and play his cards right here. He doesn't want to go defensive too early, but at the same time he's got to be careful, of course, of the fact that, and there comes the challenge. Well, the challenge has come. Thomas Ten Brink goes into 3rd place and Alex Lloyd goes into 4th place here. Look at Alex Lloyd, look at the run he's got out of hairpin 1. He's now closing in on Thomas Ten Brink, and there's a warning flag going out there to the 205 of Dino Begnovic. But the battle for 3rd, although it's changed hands, has not stopped, because Ten Brink and Alex Lloyd right together, as you can see on screen, through Bobby Game Corner.
Yeah, I was going to say watch out for Alex Lloyd, and he's just made the move with Thomas Ten Brink, both ahead of Gabriele Mini, who lost 2 positions as a consequence top 5 right now for Gabriele Mini. Surely not what he could have expected, of course, as the field comes across the line again. And the battle for third is going on right now with Alex Lloyd just behind Thomas van Stenbrig. Could he attempt the move in the hairpin? He was very, very close as they make their way up to the hill on the bridge, left and right. I think Alex Lloyd is going to try. He's going to go for it in the straight line into the breaking point on Thomas Stenbrig. There's a third place in contention for that, and even more. And he goes for it. Taking the inside line. Fantastic move from Alex Lloyd, who's really flying right now, faster than Thomas van Stenbrig. Could he try actually to decrease the gap and make the contact in second position as he comes again? He was very close in the exchange. Of course, Thomas van Stenbrig tried actually to cut the line and trying to get the position back. He was unsuccessful, for the Dutchman. Now back in fourth position. I'm pretty sure it's not over yet between those two, as Bernier and Van Toff are now comfortably leading in first and second position, coming across the line again.
There was a change further back whilst that was all happening. Catoulas went past Gabriel Bortoletto, so he's just gone into sixth place, and that was at the first hairpin. Now Alex Lloyd into third, however, that third place is not comfortable just yet because it's at a lunge from Thomas ten Brink. It is, and ten Brink is now back into third place then as they make their way down towards hairpin one. Now Alex Lloyd having to defend from Gabriele Mini. So Alex Lloyd, what does he do? He's in a bit of a difficult situation now where he wants to go after ten Brink, but at the same time he wants to defend from Gabriele Mini. At the same time, you'd have to say Mini there second in that queue on screen, third now as they make their way through Bobby Game Corner, wants a podium. He wants to take as many points as possible as across the line comes Alex Dunn. I think he's being told to go back to the pits, but here comes our leaders. Victor Bernier with a lead of over a second and a half now with just 2 laps remaining, but the battle for third is where the focus is.
A good battle as well behind for 6 with Alexandre Catoulas, Gabriele Bortoletto and Rafael Camara in just 2 or 3 tenths of a second. As a change again for third. I think no, it was very close at the end of the bridge over there as Alex Lloyd keeps attacking Thomas van den Brink for the third place. Gabriele Mini could try to take the outside line in the hairpin. Could he try to cut and have a better exit on Alex Lloyd? It's not happening again as Lloyd is very close in the chicane, taking the inside line, and he was very close once again with Alex Lloyd putting the tires on the apex. It was a brave move, actually, well attempted, from Alex Lloyd. That didn't work out that way, as we have a driver that's happening off screen, the driver out of race in the first hairpin. Did you identify him yet, Chris?
Yes, Soprepera, unfortunately, out the race, but this now the last lap as they come across the line, and is Alex Lloyd going to be able to go for that third place once again? It's very close. The two leaders over the bridge. Of course, Victor Bernier leading from Delano Van Hoff. But look at the battle for third. It is not over yet. A look over the shoulder there for ten Brink. Alex Lloyd closing in on the brakes. ten Brink doesn't know whether to attack or defend in terms of his strategy here. Gabriele Mini in there as well. Oh, and Bortoletto going past Alexandros Catoulas there for sixth place. Kamara in there as well, but look at Alex Lloyd. Can he get the run down towards Bobby Game Corner? The pair of them are queuing up on the inside there. They go out above you. Oh, someone's gone wide. Who emerges in third? It's Gabriele Mini in third, but out front Victor Bernier is going to take the win from Delano Van Hoff in second place, and third is going to go to Gabriele Mini. What an end to the race, but what on earth happened down at the Mike Wilson complex there? Your race winner, the number 210, Victor Bernier. He comes over the bridge now, and second place is going to go to Delano Van Hoff. Third place to Gabriele Mini. Will something go on post-race though? We didn't quite see what happened, but both Alex Lloyd and ten Brink ran wide. Gabriele Mini helped himself to third place, and I don't think he can believe it either as he comes round the second hairpin. Sixth place was Rafael Camara. Seventh place, Gabriel Bortoletto. Eighth place was Alexandros Catoulas. Ninth and gaining 19 places was Georgi Dimitrov. What a drive from him. Jamie Day gained 10 on his way to 10th. Paul Aaron was 11th and Kayaski was 12th.
13th position for Dino Beganovic ahead of Nico Anke, the German. Vlad Lomko from Russia was 15. Good race from him though, with a gain of 8 places. 17 places gained for Dino Beganovic in 13th position. This is worth mentioning. Good performance from Dino Beganovic. Then we have Evan Mallet in 16th position. A drop of 14th position for the poor Kirill Small. Unlucky in that race after being a contender in the top 3. This is one of the key moments, of course, for Kirill Small. Josh Dufek in 18th position, 19th position for Matthew Rees. Isaac Arja is 21st for Sami Megatonev, 22nd for Luca Griggs. Sebastian Montoya is 23rd, 24th Jack Crawford, 25th position for Zach Olivan. Alex Dunn is 26th. And about the non-finishers, we have a lot of them. Alessandro Sedenesi, Loris Kabiru, Josep Moya Sobrepera, Taylor Barnard, Marcus Harmon, Daniel Brisloz, Lorenzo D'Alosio, and Jose Antonio Gutierrez. That's a lot of non-finishers. Chris, I hand it over to you as I'm going to rush down in the paddock for the podium ceremony, the first one of 2. Make sure to join in and gather around the podium, of course, for this beautiful ceremony. We'll see you down there. Over to you, Chris, to give us a summary of what just happened in the final. That was beautiful, wasn't it? And Victor Bernier, well-deserved win for the Frenchman.
It was indeed. Thank you very much, Guillaume. Guillaume's now going to head off to the podium. Well, Gabriele Mini picked up 3rd in the end, as we said. But what happened down there, our view slightly obscured, unfortunately, from where we were. And as we were focusing with the cameras on the leader, I guess only the people that were stood down at that corner for now will know exactly what happened. But Gabriele Mini, Alex Lloyd, Thomas Ten Brink, both Lloyd and Brink seemed to appear to run wide, and as a result, Mini seemed to be able to slot through. I'm not trying to suggest that Mini had done anything there. All I am saying is what I could see from where I was stood, and unfortunately, for the likes of Lloyd and Ten Brink, they're just going to miss out. But Gabriele Mini, well, he had stayed patient the whole race, waited and waited for his opportunity. Then he finally took it on that last lap. What a race, what a first race. One more still to come, of course. The OK final yet to go out onto the circuit. We are going to have the podium for the junior class first. So we go straight into the podium, and then we go back out for the OK class. We do have a build-up, of course, as well, which will start at 35 minutes past 2. So the build-up will start shortly after the podium finishes in the OK Junior class. Guillaume Alvarez is currently on his way down there to conduct the podium. As for myself, I'll keep things going until we are ready to go down to Guillaume, who is standing by down there. Of course, first of all, we've got to get Victor Bernier, Delano Van Hoff and Gabriele Mini weighed and checked, and then once they have weighed, we can escort them down to the podium, and then they will receive their trophies. So the ceremony definitely going to be a good one, and slightly envious that Guillaume is going to be down there rather than myself, but Guillaume, as he did in Salisbury, sure going to do a fantastic job down there. So no, he's on his way down already. As for the drivers, they will be very, very shortly. But well, let's just take a bit of a breath and look back on what we just saw. Well, Victor Bernier, of course, I'd say brilliant moves from him, timed his race to perfection, really, and took advantage when he got that break. Leading in this championship is not easy. You've got the world's best drivers all queuing up behind. I can see the top 3 actually jumping on our parade vehicle, and they will be making their way past the grandstand. So if you're around the circuit still, do give them a hand. I think they've put on a pretty good show for us, the juniors, and they're actually coming round now. So here come our top 3. That you'll see them coming onto the start-finish straight any second now. Here they are: Victor Bernier, Delano Van Hoff and Gabriele Mini, your top 3. Victor Bernier winning by 1.5 seconds. Gabriele Mini stealing 3rd on the last lap. So there is your round 2 top 3. Victor Bernier from France, Delano Van Hoff from the Netherlands, and Gabriele Mini from Italy.